One. Alright, we are live on YouTube, and now we are in 3, 2, 1. Hello, hello, live on YouTube and live on Facebook. How's it going, world? I am Dan Salem. Let me take care of my logistical tweets. BuzzChomp at BuzzChomp with 3 Z's on Twitter. Just sent out that little notification, and I'm about to retweet it over here at the Dan Salem on Twitter. And it's been shared. It is officially shared. At the Dan Salem on Twitter, at the Dan Salem on Facebook Live. BuzzChomp over on YouTube. Pillow Talk TV is pretty awesome. I'm hilarious. Go check me out on YouTube. Okay. We are talking NFL football week 13 with a New York Jets focus. As the season heads towards the playoffs, if the Jets don't have anything to mention, I'm just going to talk more football. And eventually, this will just be a sports live stream because I love sports and I'm not stopping anytime soon. But for now, with the Jets still playing, 5 more weeks until we can start to forget this season, we've got some logistical things to discuss a la our New York Jets. The team looked pretty decent against the New England Patriots at home last week. Not surprising. Biggest rival, tend to play them very close. Did just that. It was a okay football game. The Jets had a chance to win it at the end, and in classic this season fashion, turned over the ball back to the other team, and the game was over. But with 2 minutes to go, they did receive the football, only down by 5 with an opportunity to win it. This team is just, that's not in the cards for them this year. Couldn't stop the Patriots when they were up by 1, went right down, scored. It's just what you kind of expect from the 2016 New York Jets at this point. At 3-8, we've been down this road before, and it's nothing new. But it's the holidays, as you can see, even here in my home. We have decorated because we got Christmas episodes coming up this week on Pillow Talk TV, and we had to decorate early. And it's the holidays, so we can enjoy holiday football. A la the New York Jets are now going to be on Monday night this coming week, which is exciting. I'm excited. I love our team in prime time. But back to the Patriots for a few more minutes. So, Fitzpatrick back under center. He gives this team the best chance to win. And he looked pretty good. He looked like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He didn't throw any interceptions that I can remember. He had a fumble, though, so he still had a turnover. He had a couple nice connections to Brandon Marshall. It seemed like he was favoriting him, and then that kind of ended. Didn't get the ball to many of the other receivers. Forte, Patriots knew he was the only consistent offense our team had, and they shut him down more or less. He only got 50 yards. And Powell looked decent, but we just couldn't get anything going. Too many young guys on the offensive line, so not enough good pass protection. And on defense, we more or less stopped the run game and slowed down the pass game, but Gronkowski went out injured. Brady was hobbled on one knee, so we held them to 21 points or something. It was like 24 points. It's not important. We held them to less than 30, but that's not really an accomplishment because we didn't score enough to win and they scored too many. Our defense is kind of like it's been all year. It's not great, it's not bad, but it really doesn't turn the ball over, and it doesn't make you think, oh my God, they're going to do something special, and that's why we're a below average football team. The AFC East as a whole, though, kind of where I thought it would be, an above average division. Miami at 7-4 is on track to make the playoffs. They need to keep winning, and then they got a really good shot with Denver and Kansas City playing each other once more time this year. And Buffalo looking around 8-8, 9-7 by the end of the year, most likely. That's where I thought we'd have 3 teams in this division with winning records. When the season ended, I thought one of them would be the Jets. I was mistaken. I don't believe the Jets get to 8-8. I don't think it's going to happen. And honestly, I don't want it to happen. It really hurts our NFL draft stock. I really don't want that to happen. There are too many other bad teams ahead of us right now in the draft position. Ooh, let me go pay peek and I'll count. Excuse me for a shake. The NFL draft. Many months away. Yet. When you're a bad team, What else do you have to look forward to? Not very much. Okay, I count Cleveland 0 wins ahead of the Jets. Jacksonville 2 wins ahead of the Jets. We're going to Chicago 2 wins ahead of the Jets. San Francisco 1 win ahead of the Jets. And then, so that's 4 teams ahead of the Jets. And then we're at 3-8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 other teams that are like right neck and neck with the Jets. So 4 teams ahead of us right now. That puts us at the 5th spot. There are 4 other teams. The Bengals are 3-7-1. And then you've got Carolina at 4-7, LA Rams at 4-7, and Arizona Cardinals at 4-6-1. All of those teams are bunched with the Jets because we're going to get at least one more victory. So they got 4, we got 3 right now. We're bunched with them. And honestly, I want us to get the 5th or 6th pick, not the 10th pick. I mean, it's a big difference in there and who's still available, especially with only like 1 cornerback, 1 safety, really ranked high top 10. I hate to say this, but it's time to put in the backup quarterback so we can see what he can do. A la, let's not lose. I mean, let's not win any more football games. Let's lose. Now, which brings me to Monday night. I would like the Jets to beat Indianapolis at home on Monday Night Football and knock the Colts out of the playoffs. That would be wonderful. That's great. We're probably going to beat the 49ers, so that gives us 5 wins. But if we could lose to Buffalo, Miami, and New England to end the season, yeah, that'd be great. Because with 5 wins, I think we get the 5th or the 6th pick in the draft, and I'm okay with that. That's perfect. I don't see us climbing into that top 4. I don't see it happening. I don't know how Jacksonville, Chicago, San Francisco, I mean, definitely not Cleveland. I don't know how they rack up 4 wins, and the Jets are going to end with at least 4. So we're not getting the top 4 picks, but we can get the 5th or 6th. So it's in the cards. We just got to hold steady here and not play too well. So I'll put Bryce Petty in so we can tank and lose and get a better draft pick. But yes, sure, we want to play to respectability. We got a lot of veterans. We paid a lot of money for Fitzpatrick, so we'd like to let him keep playing. This is a key game. We got Monday Night Football. We want to knock the Colts out of the playoffs with a win at home. That's like the cornerstone of the season. After that, the rest of the 4 games are a wash. We travel across the country to San Francisco. Who really cares? They probably will let Petty play that game because I have a feeling we'll be mathematically eliminated with a win even on Monday. I'd be shocked if we're not. I mean, I don't see how an 8-8 team makes the AFC playoffs. That just seems like unfathomable. So to claim that we're continuing to play our best players and not testing out other guys because we are not quite eliminated is just asinine. But anywho, that's the NFL for you. So, Patriots game ended predictably. Some things looked good, but overall, average play by an average football team. Colts game, nice opportunity for some positive mojo. Yes, we want to win a home game here. We want to knock the Indianapolis Colts out of the playoffs. And we want to not have a big losing streak. We want to break it. So if we win here, I mean, I think 2 more victories the rest of the year. We finish at 5-12. Oh gosh, whatever it is, 5 wins. I mean, the fewer the better now, so we get a better draft pick. But no one likes a long losing streak, so a victory to break the current streak and then another one sprinkled in is fine by me. We can end the Colts season, which brings me to our current playoff picture, as we are not a part of that as a Jets fan, but it's rather heated across the NFL. The Patriots and Raiders tied at 9-2 atop the AFC. Right now, New England holds the tiebreaker for the top team in the conference. So, this likely puts the Jets in a position to steal that from the Patriots towards the end of the year when they play each other. I mean, we're going to be in New England, and they're going to want to lock up home field if they haven't already. But we may be in position as a Jets team to have something to say about that. Oakland leads their division. The Ravens lead their division at 6-5. Houston leads their division at 6-5. Ugly 6-5 divisions. That's ugly stuff. And you got Kansas City at 8-3 and Miami currently in the playoffs at 7-4 ahead of the Broncos. They hold the tiebreaker based on win percentage in the conference. I'd like to see Miami grab that final playoff spot. They were so bad last year unexpectedly. Now they're good again. It's kind of like the Jets were good last year, now bad. It just seems like we were flip-flopping with the Miami because they were down at the bottom of the AFC East last season. Buffalo was square at 8-8 last year too. Pittsburgh still wants to try to win its division. It's only a game back. Same with Buffalo, Tennessee, and then Indy at 5-6, and San Diego's actually still in it at 5-6 technically. Not only 2 games back. I kind of count them out, and that's why we can knock the Colts out. How about the NFC picture, where the Giants are firmly in the 5th spot with the wild card berth? Dallas obviously number 1. Seattle, even with a cry, Seattle like loses to the weirdest teams. They're 7-3-1. Detroit and Atlanta both 7-4, and then you got the Giants and Redskins with the wild card spots. So the Giants have a good cushion there at 8-3. Then Washington 6-4-1. Tampa Bay, Minnesota, New Orleans, Green Bay, Philadelphia, all within striking distance of that final wild card spot. It's going to be interesting. The Giants should be able to hold on because they don't have a super difficult schedule considering they weren't a great team last year. And they've proven they can beat Washington and Philadelphia, which they're going to have to do. They obviously got the Cowboys one more time. They already beat the Cowboys once. I don't know if they could do it twice. Maybe. All right, so I kind of think the Jets are going to get the 6th pick in the NFL draft again. We had it 2 years ago. But we're looking at the 6th or the 7th pick, if you will. I don't know if we can snatch that 5th spot, and the 4th feels out of reach. So what does that mean? What does that mean, if you will? Are they already? I think that we already got a little draft action up on ESPN. I just have an infinitely difficult time finding it this time of year. There it is. Yes. All right. Difficult time finding it this time of year because it's a little early. But you got the top 32 players according to Scouts Inc., correct? Now, the 4th ranked player is a safety. Jabril Peppers out of Michigan. The Jets desperately need a safety. And then the 6th ranked pick a player, Jamal Adams out of LSU, is also a safety. And then all the way at 8, Lattimore from Ohio State is a cornerback. Now, I kind of think the Jets would love to grab Lattimore, the cornerback. I mean, he's the 8th ranked player right now, so that's right around the Jets spot. I don't think we go running back with Fournette from LSU. He's the top ranked player in the country, and he probably goes in those top 3-4 picks. There's not a quarterback on this list until way down, I think, at number 21. North Carolina's Mitch Trubisky. I'd be shocked if we get a quarterback. No, I won't be shocked. I would be shocked if we don't have a quarterback in the top 10 of the draft because there always seems to be one, but nobody should pick one. And the Jets should better not freaking take a quarterback. And you have too many other needs. I'm trying to see if there's any offensive linemen. There's an inside linebacker, a couple DNs, outside linebacker. Our defensive line's great, and I like the development of our linebacker as the Jets. You don't get a tackle till number 15, Cam Robinson out of Alabama. But if you can snatch that Alabama tackle, that's a great grab. And we really need to build our offensive line again so that we could really do things with Matt Forte if we can protect our quarterback and have a pass game. Because when it's just all Forte, everyone knows it and it's no good. So there's some interesting stuff. I'm gonna have an article up on BuzzChomp tomorrow, BuzzChomp.com, talking New York Jets and our draft targets. It will be based around this top 32 from Scouts Inc. And then I'll try to find a couple of pre-drafts that some people have done and touch on those as well. See who the Jets should really target. I'm looking at the 6th to the 8th pick because we may get lucky and win 3 more games. I feel like we win 2 and finish with 5 wins, and that's kind of where I see our team sitting at this season. We likely beat Indy, and I'd be shocked if we don't beat San Francisco. They just can't seem to get anything together, even though they'll be at home. And then I kind of think that we lose out to the AFC East as we try out our young guys. Okay. So the Colts game. Andrew Luck's going to be back, so this will be a fun game to watch. If he was going to be out, we saw how awful they were against Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving Eve. I got tricked into that. I still thought they'd be decent, and they sucked without Andrew Luck. Surprise, surprise. They don't really have a defense. So hopefully the Jets should be able to move the football against them and definitely run against them. They don't really have a defense to speak of, so I don't see why we'd have trouble. But I don't know if we'll be able to shut down Andrew Luck completely. They're playing for their playoff lives. They're actually in the division race at 5-6. Another loss really knocks them out of both. But they are in good position to win their division if they keep winning, obviously, because Tennessee and Houston haven't looked great. So we got some work to do as the Jets, but this is a very beatable football team. Fantasy. Don't trust the New York Jets. I'd hesitate to even say trust Matt Forte at this point because I don't know what to expect out of this team. I think Forte will have a good game against Indy and San Francisco. After that, it's a crapshoot. He did okay against the Patriots, but he didn't find the end zone, which really hurt his fantasy value. I thought he would. He did not. There are a lot of better options around the league, so unless you're really desperate, avoid the New York Jets at all costs because they're not really winning or playing for much anymore this year. The Giants, they keep rolling, right? What does their schedule look like? I want to look at the Giants for a second because as the only New York team with, if you will, a shot at the playoffs, they're kind of looking like they're going to secure it. How's the rest of their schedule look? So they're going to face the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Now, I'm not particularly scared of Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh at home is still Pittsburgh at home. Then they got the Cowboys and Lions, and then they go to Philadelphia and they go to Washington. I like the Giants to beat Pittsburgh in a shootout. It's going to be a close game, but I really think that they beat Pittsburgh. The Steelers are not great. They've just been, they got trounced by Eagles earlier in the year, and they're up and down and up and down. I don't like them. I have a feeling that the Cowboys get the Giants the second time around, but New York should be able to beat the Lions despite the Lions winning their division at the moment. They'll beat the Lions, and then I think that they take the game either from the Eagles or the Redskins, which gives them 3 more wins, and they would finish with 11, and that's quite a great season. Maybe they are more at like 10. 10 wins is still in the playoffs this year, and they will get 2 more victories to secure that spot for the New York Giants. Good for them. Good for the Giants. Around the sports world, because there's not enough Jets things to say. How are the NBA? Is the NBA? No one really follow the NBA this early in the year. I know a lot of people are. Cavs atop the East, Warriors atop the West. That sounds familiar. The Clippers were atop the West. They've lost 2 games in a row here, and now they're 14-4 with the Warriors at 16-2. So they've relinquished their number 1 spot. But we'll keep an eye on the Clippers. When they've played well, they've looked excellent, amazing this year. That 2-game losing streak is more of an anomaly than anything else. And then you got the Spurs up atop the Western Conference as well. Those 3 teams currently leading the pack, and Cavs, and then the Raptors, Bulls, Celtics kind of clawing behind there. They're all kind of wishy-washy. It's so early, but you expect to see Cleveland do well, and they are. They are 8-2 in their last 10. And you expect to see Golden State, they're 10-0 in their last 10. The Spurs 9-1, Clippers 7-3, which is why they've fallen down to the 3rd spot in the West. But it's a little early to really care about the NBA. And the MLB hot stove. I wrote on BuzzChomp this week about Yankees hot stove, and they really should be focusing on starting pitching. Yeah, they're looking for a veteran bat. Yeah, play DH at the outfield. Yeah, they're looking to potentially bring Aroldis Chapman back. He's not worth the money. It's not for this club with our youth movement going on here. But MLB and the Players Union got to agree to a collective bargaining agreement before anything really gets going. So yeah, you've seen a couple of deals announced, a couple of things have fallen, but that bargaining agreement has to happen. What's the date of it? I feel like it's this week. I forget exactly if it's like tomorrow or Friday. So I'm not going to get corrected on mine. No one that tied in. They're meeting to work on the CBA. Regardless, the CBA's got to get finished. Then you're going to see a lot of chips fall. There are a lot of players and free agents in baseball this year, but no like marquee names. But there's some really good pitching prospects the Yankees could grab. Former starters that have shined that really would bolster their bullpen and or their rotation. I just don't know if there's a number 1 guy. We don't have a number 1 on the team, and I'm not sure there's a number 1 in free agency. Hence, everyone's talking trades, and I expect some major trading to go on. Which, conveniently enough, brings me back around to the Jets, who should already be shopping Sheldon Richardson if they have not started, because he is a major, major trade chip. I guess we probably wait until the season ends to see where draft positions lie before New York really starts going that route. But if they're not totally stuck with like a number 6 player, but they got the 6th pick, they could shop Richardson in the 6th pick for like the 10th pick and a gold mine of talent. I mean, I don't know if that's what it takes to bring in Tony Romo, and I'm not sure you want to quite bring in Romo, but if we don't have a young quarterback to start for this team next year, then there's no reason not to get a solid veteran for 2 seasons. That's what Romo is. He's like a 2-season ad, and then he's probably going to retire. Obviously, he'd love to go to a contender, but the Cowboys offense could really use Sheldon Richardson, and the Cowboys defense could really use Sheldon Richardson, and the Jets offense could use Tony Romo. Now, unless we can protect Romo, he's going to get hurt again, but that's why we go and we draft those linemen, and we shore up that offensive line, and then we go and draft defensive backfield, because that's our other major hole. And if we can get 2 top 15 picks for Richardson and a top 5, I mean, that's a must do. I don't know if the numbers and the math add up, but I feel like if we can get the 10th and the 15th somehow for the 6th and Richardson, that's a check, because Richardson's he's a top 5, he's a major player. So that's a trade I'm on the lookout for. But we got 5 weeks until anything is really going to happen. 5 weeks until anyone gets fired. I have a feeling at least one person's going to be shown the door, just because that's what happens when your team stinks and you are under 500. Questions from the peanut galleries of either Facebook or BuzzChomp. Otherwise, we will call it an evening and wish you an early happy holidays. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. There are some great football games this weekend. The Jets play Monday night. It has playoff implications, but to call it great would be a lie, so I won't. I'm Dan Salem, at the Dan Salem on Facebook, at the Dan Salem on Twitter, at the Dan Salem on YouTube if you want to see some fun acting clips. Otherwise, head over to BuzzChomp on YouTube and Pillow Talk TV. I will be doing a YouTube panel in about 2 weeks, December 15th at Andy Dick's Gallery in Hollywood, talking about how it's like to be a YouTuber and all that jazz. I'll tell you again about it next Tuesday, because I'm here live every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, talking sports, currently New York Jets football. All right, thank you guys. You have been great audiences. I'm signing off.